Well, we have another kingpin job to do here. We're going to actually be doing kingpins on the W900. However, we have a tool that we're going to be using on this truck, and this is a Tiger tool, heavy duty kingpin press. So we had this sent from Tiger tool here the other day. Actually, it just came in yesterday. Now, we had a front end alignment done on this truck a couple of weeks ago, and the alignment shop had said that the kingpins were kind of getting to the point where you should replace them sooner rather than later. So being that the truck is still in the shop, we've got the transmission put back in it on Wednesday, I believe it was, and we figured today's the day, now is the time to get the kingpins in there. So we're going to break open to this box here, and we're going to dig out this tool. This is going to be the first time that I have used an actual press like this to do the kingpins. The previous ones that I've done in the past have been done all by hand with heating the axle beam up and everything else, and I did screw up the one on truck 8, and it cost me an extra $400. So we're going to break open to this box. We're going to dig out all the different parts and stuff to it, and then we're going to start getting it together here. So here's all the contents in the crate here. And this looks like the nuts that you can spin onto your tie rod end to knock the tie rods loose. That would have been handy to have these when I did that other truck, because I actually had to replace the tie rod end because I couldn't get it off. So let's start breaking this down a little more. We've got the brake drums. Actually, the wheels are off. Jared's got the brake drums off. He's draining the oil out of the hubs now. Get the spindle nut off. We've got to remove the brake shoes. You just got to kind of open everything up, and then we got to remove the tie rod itself from the actual steering. All right, we have the wheels and the hub and the brake drum and the shoes and all that taken off. Now we've just got to release the tie rod itself from the actual steering arm here. So what they give us in the kit, and what I've done in the past, I've just left the nut on here, which the nut is kind of made out of soft material. And usually you just leave the nut about flush, whack this tie rod with a hammer, and you can get that to drop off in there. But what they have in the kit here is these nuts that'll spin on to the tie rod end itself, and then this nut gives you the ability to whack on that with a hammer. So we're gonna spin that on there. We're going to let Jared whack that with the hammer. So go ahead and whack that, Jared. Alright, that's good. That just went. So spin that off in there. That's that side there. Now we'll go over and do the other side. Now this hasn't been put together. This hasn't been together that long, so it's not going to come apart that hard. But these impact blow nuts, if you will, are going to make this job easier. Actually, that one has not been off in there, so that one's going to be a good test there. I've got to get the castle nut off of that one, and that one there will be the true test to this unit here. Go ahead and whack that. Alright, let me back that off some. Well, that's enough. Alright, I've got to take that cotter pin out of, I forgot to do that. I've got to take that cotter pin out of that steering arm there, and we can get that off in there. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to take that off there or if I'm going to take it off right here. I guess it doesn't matter, either or. Alright, so now we have to unhook the drag link that hooks to the upper part of the steering knuckle, or the spindle itself, and it hooks to the drag link. So this one's going to be the test for this blow type tie rod end thing. If I can get it spun on there with my left hand while we, yeah, there we go. So we're just going to spin that on there. Now this one here hasn't been off in there before, so get that spun on as far as we can. A little rusty. Let me hit it with some penetrating oil first, Jared. Alright. That got enough in it? Maybe I'll use some Napa penetrating oil. Get that in there. Now, go ahead and whack it. Oh, she broke loose. Alright, that's loose, so that's a handy guy. So the kingpin, if you didn't follow the other video, the kingpin is this pin that comes down through here. You got the solid beam that goes all the way across, and then there's a greasable sleeve in the top and a greasable one in the bottom, and then the pin itself stays solid in the beam, so that you get the wear and the bushing that is in the top of the steering knuckle and in the bottom. Now Jared's going to lift up on this spindle here, and you're going to see how much movement there is if we can get... Alright, let's try that. Go ahead. Should be able to see the movement. You can see the movement on the back of the steering arm back there. Now this kingpin is wore a lot more than the ones that were in truck 8. So I'm actually surprised that they have the amount of wear to them that they have. But these, I've never done this before on this truck, and I've had this truck for 8 years. Alright, so we got the tool set up. Got the long bolts down through the top part. They're threaded into the bottom. And we've got these guides on there. What we ended up doing is we took the apparatus that holds the spring brake and all that stuff. We unbolted that from the hub here so that we could get this tool in there. It was easier to do that than it was to take the snap ring off of the S-cam and pull the brake chamber and all that stuff off. We just took these 7 bolts out here. Now we've got the aluminum brackets. They're gonna come against the I-beam itself to stabilize this unit so that when you get all the pressure on there, it doesn't want to walk sideways. So this tool has got a lip on there. Jared, lift that up a little bit. That little lip there is going to set down in the recessed part of the steering knuckle. So go ahead and set that down in there. Now he's just going to tighten these 4 bolts up evenly. This hole is large enough on the bottom to allow the kingpin to walk right down through the bottom here.
I like Jason's hand method better.
Go ahead.
Stay how it should.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's stop right there. Right there, it's going to push the kingpin out. Before we, let's put some oil on that. Before we, here. There, alright. That is lubricated well. Alright, now run that down in there. Okay, now we can just run that bolt down in with the impact. Just like a turd.
That is sweet. Old mill.
Now, look at that guy there, huh? That's one battery. How much more you got?
We ain't got much
she's
left.
sucking it right down. Alright, that worked like a charm. Milwaukee cordless impact. It's an 18 volt with a 12 amp battery. Is that what that is?
It was.
Yeah. But we killed the battery on that. So now we're going to take the tool off in there and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We've got a show of spectators in here now, so these guys all want to watch the other side get done, right, boys? There's no sledgehammers missing pins here tonight. Alright.
We don't have the 12-0.
Nah. Alright, we don't have our 12 old battery for the Milwaukee, and so we got to use the air impact on it. Yep. Keep going.
time, how long does it take? Oh man, what time, how long does it take?
That took, is my watch focused in? About 7 minutes. 6-7 minutes.
What, 3 hours?
Yeah.
You know, I like holding the old mill better. Look at how frosty she is.
Yeah.
Oh, she frosty.
Alright, that old air impact had a workout. That is all frosted right there. From the air going into that air gun, and Jared's hands are frozen. The Milwaukee with the large battery on it did the other side, but the regular 5.0 batteries weren't enough to do this side. And we've got a 9.0 too, but it just wasn't enough to do it. Air impact's the way to go. This is a 1-inch. This is just the Harbor Freight Special central pneumatic unit there. But that does the trick. That saved a ton of time. I would have to say that we probably did this both sides in a little less than the amount of time that it took us to do the one side on the other truck there, and we have no heat involved. So we're gonna get the tool cleaned up. This video is just basically to show you how this tool works. You don't need to see us really put it back together. I'll see what kind of time I have into this video so far, and if the video is not too long, I'm gonna video this going back together. I can put that at the end of this video if I don't have a lot. If the video is not getting too long, or I'll just make a part 2. But this is the Tiger tool. I have to look at the model number again. It is a 90150, and it comes in this case. It comes with the tie rod, all the little units to knock the tie rods out. And then this, of course, here is the new kingpin kit that's going to go in the truck. This is the kingpins here. These are the reamer style bushings that are going to go in the upper and the lower part of the steering arm. And then on this truck here, it's got regular thread in caps, and that's what keeps the kingpin in. Well, actually keeps the grease in there. You've got a pin that runs along, yeah, right here, runs along the side of the kingpin here, and that's the actual kingpin keeper right here. So that'll keep the kingpin from turning, and then all of your wear gets put on the steering part of the steering knuckle, and then of course you've got all your grease in these bushings here. So that's gonna do it for this video, folks. Give Tiger Tool a call on this one, or hit them on the internet or whatever. I'll drop a link in the description as to what this tool is, what model it is. Again, it came in this blow molded case here. Again, this is from Tiger Tool, and it is a heavy duty kingpin press. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you at the next video. Drop a comment down below, leave me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you at the next one, folks. Thanks again for watching.